What's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to my channel with yours truly, of course, Real Mac, or just we go as Truly Mac. I'm gonna say I hate Real Mac. It sounds weird. We go as Truly Mac. I hope you all having a great day today. So today we're doing something very exciting. Hold on, let me close my door. Okay, better. So today, I dropped the mic. What's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel with yours truly, of course, Mac. Hope you all are having a great day today. And today we are back with actually a new LP. I was very debating on making this LP or not, but I said, you know what? Let's go for it. So that's what I decided to do. Showcased. I have no clue what that is. But anyways, so yeah, today we started my new LP. So I know I just want to go off. First thing I want to say is for the people who have are wondering about Left with the Pearsons. I told you guys in my last few videos that I will be bringing one person in and they'll be added to this LP, but I won't be bringing the family in, so sorry about that. But if you have not seen Left with the Pearsons, that is totally fine, because like I said before, not all the family is going to be here, so you don't need to watch it. I will be explaining little by little about the person who is in this family, because of course they have every sim that I make has a backstory and has a trait. I like to play with backstories. Actually, I haven't even introduced myself first. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Malik. I go by Mac on YouTube. Used to go by Machiavelli, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, welcome. I love playing The Sims, as you can see. When I do play The Sims, I play with storylines. I love realistic Sims. I love adding drama. I love adding realistic drama. I just love playing with storylines. So if you guys are into that, then stay tuned. If you're not, then this is not The Sims LP for you. Enough about me. Let's get into these characters. So I don't typically have a main... Sorry, my family is watching football right now. I mean, okay, it's soccer, but I call it football. They're watching it upstairs, so if you hear my dad and my brother screaming, that's why. But anyways, yeah, there's no main character or no like sim that I'm basing the story around of. I have two, which are these two, and I actually play with them ever since they were like kids. So this is Maya Kim. She was actually her backstory is pretty much I'll talk about backstories in a second. Let me introduce all of the characters first, and then I'll talk about backstories and how they joined together, or how they got into this mess that they're in right now. So pretty much this is Maya. She is family orientated, and you'll understand that why when I get to the backstory. She's hot-headed, family orientated, and she wants to have a big happy family. She's good. She's a good person, even though she's a hot-headed. She is a good person, and she's family orientated. This is her day one outfit. She definitely loves black. Black is definitely her favorite color. Her natural hair is brown, but she likes it black, so let her be. So yeah, this is her everyday one. You'll see their everydays throughout the video. I feel if I show them all now, it'll be kind of boring. So I'll show you. You'll see them throughout the whole episodes of what their everyday is. I think my favorite of hers is her everyday 2 or everyday 5. Those are my favorites. Okay, and next we have this Gianluca Pearson. I couldn't decide which one of the Pearsons I wanted to bring. And when I was making her, I was like, you know what? Let's go with Gianluca, because I kind of love Gianluca. He was the firstborn of the 4th generation. Let's see again. So we got, I think it was the 4th or 5th generation. I can't remember. So I thought, let me just play with him. And so he is ambitious. I am going to be switching up these traits when I do get seasons. I sadly don't have seasons at this moment because EA didn't send me any, or didn't sign up for whatever that's called, EA Creates. But anyways, yeah, these traits might change, they might not. These outfits might change, they might not. Who actually knows? But when I do the game, you'll see in the next part, I guess. This part is just the introduction, just to let you all know. Of course, you guys can tell. So yeah, this is Gianluca Pearson. He is ambitious, he loves the outdoors, and he is cheerful. This actually is not what he wants to be, but you know what? We're gonna keep it there for now. Yeah, so this is him. This is everyday 1, I'm pretty sure, and I think I only gave him like 2 everydays because I got really bored. Oh, I got him 3. Oh, lucky boy. I got really, not bored, but tired, because I spent... Sorry about that. I spent so long with Maya that I was like, you know what, Gianluca, you can just get whatever. But yeah, he's wearing a tracksuit right now because who doesn't like tracksuits? But anyways, now on to their backstory. So how this all happened is, okay, so Maya was actually born. When she was born, she was just born with her mother. What happened was her mom went to what's that world called again? Starts with an S. Whatever. You know what it's called. It came with Jungle Adventures. Her mom went to that place when she was a young adult. She met some local there, and then she ended up having, a woohoo session. And then when she coming back home, she took the vacation, and she found out she was pregnant with Maya. So that's how Maya was born. So when Maya came, what happened was, in the whole situation is, Maya's mom was not wealthy at the time. She was actually pretty broke. She just came out of she just came out of high school pretty much, and she went on a vacation with her friends there. So she didn't really have that much money. So when she came back and found out she was pregnant, she was extremely worried about how she was going to financially afford a child. And so she was actually thinking of abortion first, but then she just couldn't get rid of her. It was her daughter, especially when she first heard the heartbeat. She just couldn't, end a life. So she decided, for adoption. But then 7 months in, she realized that she couldn't give up this beautiful child of hers, so she decided to keep her. And when Maya was born, it was a struggle for her mom. It was a big struggle. It was hard. She was living in a broken down apartment. She was working a job, plus she was doing her little hustle on the side, and just to keep Maya at bay. And it just got too much for her, to the point where it got really stressful for her. And so to get rid of the stress, her mom started drinking. She felt like, because she had Maya at such a young age, she felt like her childhood was not childhood, her 20s were taken away from her. And so she started becoming less responsible with Maya. She started going out and not coming back, leaving Maya when Maya was 2, started leaving Maya at home, and this pretty much by herself. And this pretty much went on for about till Maya was around 6 or so. Maya was actually a very smart girl growing up. She realized that her mom couldn't do everything for her, so she started becoming independent by the age of 4. Figuring out she wanted water, get her water. She even started cooking her own food in the microwave at around 5. She was a very smart kid. She still is a very smart person. And so what happened was, when on Maya's 6th birthday, her birthday's actually in December, and her mom told her that they were going out, to buy her a present, but instead her mom actually ended up dropping her off at an orphanage, because her mom decided that she couldn't take care of Maya anymore. And what she told Maya was, the last thing that her mom actually told to Maya was, Maya, I'm going to get you a present, stay here and I'll be right back. And her mom left, and she never came back. And so Maya pretty much that day was that's why she kind of hates winter in that sense. When there's hate the cold, she's gonna get that trait, because she hates winter, because every time she thinks of winter, she thinks of the time that her mom left her and never came back. So that happened. Then Maya kind of grew up in the orphanage. She was a pretty good kid actually growing up. She always had this mentality that her mom was going to come back, and when her mom comes back, she has to be mature and grown up and help out, because she doesn't want to feel like a burden. She felt like she was a burden, so that's why her mom left her behind. So she helped out around the orphanage. She got her grade, she was an A student. She was a great student growing up, and she just had that mentality that her mom's gonna come back for her, and she needs to be on her best behavior, because if not, her mom's not gonna water anymore. And so that went on until she was around, we'll say 13. And then one afternoon, her and her friends were of course coming home from school, and then they stopped by this bakery. And when they went into this bakery, she ran into her mom. Yes, her mom actually owned the bakery. It was a new bakery in town, and her mom owned it. And of course, you would be wondering, how does she even know what her mom looks like? Well, when she went to the orphanage, of course, she had a bag packed, of course. Her mom, when she went there, she thought that her mom was that was a bag full of stuff for her, but it was actually all her clothes. Her mom dropped her off with there, and there was a few pictures in there too, so she always had a picture of what her mom looked like. And then so she always knew what her mom's face was. And so when she went off to the bakery and she saw her mom, she was dead shocked in that sense, whoa, that's my it was a very surreal moment for her, and she wanted to go and be yo mom, I'm right here. But of course she couldn't do that, because it was kind of a weird moment for her. But anyways, what triggered her in that sense was when she was in the bakery that time. Actually, what happened was, oops, my phone's going off like crazy. But what happened was throughout the years, she always wanted to go to the bakery. She always never had the courage to go up and talk to her mom, but she would always, like, do her work at the bakery, always go after school, just because she felt like she was getting closer to her mom. Every time she was there, she would actually never go up and talk to her because she was always afraid to. But she would always go to the bakery, and this happened till she was around 15. No, so it happened for about a year or so, until one day when she went to the bakery, she saw this little kid running around the bakery, and it was this little girl, and she was like wondering what. And then what happened was, little girl said mommy, and went to hug her mom, and she, at that moment, it was like a crash to her chest. She felt dead inside when she saw it, because she just saw her mom hugging this little girl and taking care of this little girl when her mom left her behind. It was just kind of like a wow, like all those years preparing to come home and preparing for her mom to come and get her, just crashed in her face. Like, her mom's not coming back. Her mom has moved on. Her mom has found another kid, and she's wasted a year coming here trying to get to know her mom, kind of. It was just like a big punch in the face. And so she got mad. She started rebelling after that. She started not giving 2 cares about anything. Like, all those good grades she has tanked. She stopped going to school. She just felt like there was no point. Like, her life was a lie, because all of this built up because she thought her mom's gonna come and get her. She's not. Her mom moved on, and she felt left behind. She felt distraught. So she started rebelling with her foster parents. She stopped going to school. She stayed out late. She started taking up doing some type of drugs. It was just, to get a reaction. She needed something to take away the anger and the anguish and the time she's wasted, So her grades tanked, and so her foster parents just couldn't take her anymore. So they sent her back to the orphanage, and she decided until, my god, my phone's going off like crazy. So they sent her back to the orphanage, where she got sent to a group home, where she ended up going to high school, where she met Gianluca. It was not love at first sight when they met. It was kind of like he was the popular boy in school, she was the rebellious person. They kind of actually hated each other, to be completely honest with you. It was a very much hate relationship. They didn't like each other at all. They would always annoy each other. She would bully him, he would bully her. It was a messed up relationship, to be completely honest. Until one day they got, they were sitting in class, and after the teacher partnered them up together for a group assignment, and I guess they kind of bonded over that. They kind of came to an agreement that, I'll leave you alone, you leave me alone. And throughout this year of them working together, they kind of built a kind of friendship. It was kind of weird too, because he had a girlfriend at the time, and she was, doing her thing with some boys, to be completely honest. So they were both not really attracted to, I'll say it was okay, the attraction was there, but it wasn't like, we're not gonna go off it because we hate each other. Until one day, they went to a party, they both got a little drunk, and she decided to kiss her, and she kissed him back, and they started making out. And then they were like, whoa, what's going on here? And they kind of broke apart. They didn't talk to each other for like a week after that, until they decided that, they kind of liked each other, and so they secretly dated. Like, honestly, they secretly dated behind, like, no one knew about it for about 2 years or so. 2 years strong of secretly dating. It was kind of crazy. It was funny because, like, I would always sneak them out in the middle of the night. It was great. I enjoyed playing with them. But anyways, so they would do that until what happened with her was she started again. Her foster parents could not, or the group house could not control her with all the sneaking out and all the bad grades. They just didn't want nothing to do with her. So they shipped her off again to they shipped her off again to, what's it called again, a new orphanage. And so they kind of broke them up apart, but they kind of tried to stay in touch, but they couldn't really happen. But they made a promise that when they graduate, they would meet up at this park on this date, and they would talk, and that was like their meetup spot when they graduate. And so that happened, and then they both decided that, what. And so what happened was they graduated, and they both met up at that place, and they both decided that, they wanted to be with each other. But of course, they wanted to be each other, but of course they both had no money. So they decided to take all the money that they had and run away with each other. She left her life behind, and he left his family behind just for her. And so now they both found a place, like all the money that they had saved up, they both found a place, a piece of land that was extremely cheap. They bought a tent, and now they're going off of that. They're pretty much, I want to say living off the land, but that's all they have is a tent and a piece of land. And that's pretty much where the story begins for these two. So yeah, that's the backstory. It was a lot, but I truly enjoyed it. I had so much fun playing them. What's it called again? I had so much fun playing them. What's it called again? Playing them. Yeah, Bear Story. And so I was like, yeah, I was gonna continue. I wasn't gonna. I honestly was so close to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna continue playing with them offline, or I can do this LP. So I was so close to like, nah, just do it offline. But then I was like, you know what? You guys love playing with the Pearsons, and I thought I'd bring this back for you as my first LP since season's coming out. So anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all are excited for part number 2 as much as I am. Yeah, and I'll talk to you guys on Flipside as always. See you then, guys. Bye.